What's up, guys? Jeremy here. We're going to talk a little bit more today about what we talked about yesterday. And the theme is eliminating distractions and refocusing what we're doing, right? So yesterday we talked about eliminating the distractions, learning how to practice smarter, not harder, all this stuff. Today we're going to expand on that, and what I want to do is talk about some of the ideas that I had that aren't just eliminating stuff, but what to practice when we get there, right? Like, how do we sit on a drum kit that is stripped with hi-hat, snare, and kick, and what do we do at that point? What can we do? Well, very simple. We don't want to like hurt ourselves thinking about what to do. We don't want to force it. We want to pick one idea and work on it for 35 minutes. Work on it for an hour. So, for instance, what I like to do in this time is pick a rudiment, right? Pick something you suck at, like something you're not so good at, or something that's new to you. We're going to keep it simple today. You can put a rudiment in this spot, but what I like to do is take a rhythm or something out of the stick control book or something out of the syncopation book, pick a rhythm or a sticking, and I like to put it inside of a fill. For example, so what I would do is I'd play 2-bar phrases, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 bars, whatever groove, right? And I usually pick it really simple, just so I don't have to focus on keeping the groove straight and the new concept that I'm working on, just something really simple. So, for instance, I would pick this, and then we'll change it up in a second. So all I'm going to play is one stock groove for a measure. In the second measure, I'm going to play 2 beats of the groove and 2 beats of fill. It's very simple. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Simple, right? Now that's a 2-beat fill. Or I could do this where I take the whole second measure and make that whole thing a fill. Now, it's kind of messing around with some dynamics there, which usually I wouldn't do in my practice, but because I'm demonstrating some ideas. So now we're going to take that same thing and we're just going to expose some flaws that we might have in some different ways. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a patafla-fla in eighth notes there. For those of you who don't know what a patafla-fla is, get your rudiment sheet out. But it's usually 16th note based, but I want to demonstrate doing something interesting. So patafla-fla is a right hand flam, followed by a left, a right, then a left hand flam, and then a right hand flam, and a left, right. So my groove now would be this. 1. Something really easy like that. Now, for this purpose, I would take my metronome and I would start it at 40 beats a minute, right? Now, I can play patafla-flas pretty well, but what I want you to do is get used to starting slow, getting it correct, perfecting that little thing, and then what I want you to do is speed it up. 5 clicks, 3 clicks. 3 clicks is even better. Next thing you know, you jump 30 clicks, and it doesn't feel like you jumped 30 clicks, right? So that's one thing I would do that's just simplifying my practice technique by picking something I'm not so good at. Now for you, maybe you're not familiar with single strokes, or maybe your single strokes aren't the same. They don't have to be weird. You don't have to be weird. We just have to, whatever we play, it has to be solid. So another thing that I might do is maybe I want to play a funk groove, right? Maybe I want to start syncopating my bass drum. I would take a simple exercise that syncopates. Maybe I want to do 1. Maybe that's not sounding so hot. So I'm going to sit here while I'm broken down and I'm going to play just that in a couple of different ways. Now, here's a very important detail that I'm not doing in the video, but I want you to do. Get a piece of paper, get a journal. I have one somewhere. I'm not sure where that is at this moment. But write down your tempos. Okay, so 16th note double kick with the bass drum on 1 and 3s. So that would be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, right? So you get that. So write that down. Keep track of this. Okay, so today I did it at 40. Now I did it at 43. Now I did it at 46, right? And start slow so it's nice and perfect. Your hands, your body gets that motion down. Make sure you're fluid. So that's another thing we could do. Very, very simple. Now maybe you're not so good with the hi-hat, right? Work on it. Little things like that, and make sure you're getting the sound that you desire, which may take some time. I will do a lesson over the hi-hat soon, but for today's, I just want to expose some ideas that I'm thinking about that could help you. There's so many things you could do. Now, if you're not familiar with the rhythms, learn some rhythms, right? Isolate yourself to just eighth note rhythms. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And do all sorts of things with that. Now, we're limited to the 3 sounds that we have, or I guess 4 if you count an open hi-hat, right? So maybe you want to do this. 1, 2. Lots of ideas. Now, you can be creative, and you don't have to play anything crazy, but here's the challenge, and here's the big challenge, and I want feedback on this. Can you take one concept and work it for an extended period of time? Can you pick one rhythm every day for the next week and work just one rhythm every day? Don't work crazy stuff. I'm tired of seeing videos of guys going and then like coming in on the one and or the and of 3, and you're like, you don't know where your fills stop. I want one rhythm only, one concept even, one sticking pattern, right? Nice and easy. Keep it simple. Isolate yourself into that one thing and do it for an extended period of time. Now, after you've accomplished that extended period of time, feel free to goof off. Feel free to do your crazy fills. Feel free to do the linear drumming with all the toms again. But try to keep it really simple. Now, so that's my question of the day. Can you discipline yourself to do one thing? Stay tuned. I'm going to keep doing videos. Find me on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that, at Jeremy A. Bailey. I'd love to interact and get to know you guys. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Share with your friends.